This tutorial will cover creating and managing exclusions and substitutions at the account level in the American Portfolios Advisory platform. The first step is you'll go into your left-hand navigation and you'll come to the Accounts dropdown and see the Exclusions field. We'll select that, and then you'll see an overview of your current active exclusions on all of your accounts. Here you'll see the account name and number, as well as the symbol the exclusion is placed upon. You'll see our exclusion method, as well as any substitution information if necessary. You'll also see the start date of that exclusion or an end date if applicable. And then you'll see on our rebound, you'll see on expiration of this end date, you'll see what our action would be. However, if there's no end date set so far, this information is not needed. You'll also see the option to edit your current exclusions or delete an exclusion if you're ready to remove it. Now let's start with creating a new exclusion. We'll select this button at the top. We will enter an account number or partial account number. We'll then select the account and then start to choose which stock or symbol we would like to set the exclusion or substitution on. For this example, we'll set an exclusion on Apple. And here we have the option to exclude or substitute. Let's focus on exclusion first. Now we're always going to want to go to advanced mode to see further options on the exclusion. Now, if we have two options here, if we'd like to exclude Apple from the portfolio, we can choose to either hold the cash value of what the target or model currently holds and hold the cash, or we can choose to take the certain percentage of that the portfolio takes up and choose to reallocate that percentage to the remaining symbols in the portfolio. Upon this option, we can also choose what we'd like to do for the security. So we have three options here. We can choose to hold existing shares. So any Apple positions within our model or target, we can choose to hold. We can choose to liquidate immediately. So any position, any Apple that is being currently held in our account, model, rep as PM in your target will be liquidated immediately. Or we can choose to liquidate shares as needed. So as the remaining positions in the target or model drift and need to pull from a certain position, we will start to liquidate Apple at top priority. So we can select an option here. And then we can choose our start date for this exclusion. We have a calendar option over here to select when we'd like it to start, as well as we also have an end option as well. Again, this field can be left blank and this will go on indefinitely and can be edited or changed at any time. So we can submit our exclusion. We're going to get a pop-up just as a reminder saying we will be excluding this position from the account. We can select yes, and it will start. And now you'll see that new account exclusion listed right at the top. We do have them sorted by start date, so any exclusions that you freshly add will be added to the top of the list. Now let's look at substitutions for an account. Very similarly, you'll come in and enter an account number or partial account number. You can edit your symbol here. And now we want to select the substitution field. So we are going to click till that turns green. And now we're saying with the Amazon that is in our target or model, what would we like to replace it with? So let's say we want to take Amazon and replace it with Microsoft. So now anytime that the Amazon position is listed in the model or target, we will replace that allocation percentage with Microsoft. Now again, we want to go to advanced mode and see some further options. Now we can choose to liquidate our existing shares of Amazon as immediately and immediately start to purchase the Microsoft. We can choose to hold our existing shares of Amazon, but going forward upon any basis of purchase, we would purchase Microsoft. Or we can choose to liquidate as needed. So as drift of Amazon drifts out of its thresholds, we will replace that with the Microsoft until depleted fully. Again, we can select our start date with our calendar option and our end date if we'd like. And then we can submit our substitution. We'll get a pop-up just reminding us, just confirming. And now we'll see that one as well. Now, when using exclusions and substitutions for model-based accounts, these substitutions and exclusions will process immediately or upon your guidance when creating. If you're using these for Repus PM or target-based accounts, these will activate on your next rebalance. So if you chose to liquidate immediately and we were to have this exclusion on an account within a model, we will liquidate immediately upon your submission. If you were to do this for Repus PM or target-based account, this will then be activated and liquidated upon your next rebalance. Thank you for your time. For additional information and more features, please contact the Advisor Support Center or New Business Development Team to access additional resources for the American Portfolios Advisory Platform.